Hello and welcome to another Arkeys video and to a new daily race A on Gran Turismo 7. We are racing at Sardegna B. We are in the McLaren 650S and it's the road car version, and we are on sports hard tires, so way too much power for the amount of grip available. And another important thing to mention is that SR updates are turned on for this race, so be careful if you decide to try this one. If it's your first time watching one of my videos and you found yourself entertained at the end, please feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. I did 2 races for this video. As usual, it certainly contained a bit of everything, so let's get straight into this one. So as usual, we are entering the very first available race of the week. We've got Chicken Angel in pole position, already set a really good time. And remember, we've got a false start check, so keep on the brake or the handbrake and put on a bit of traction control for the start. And coming into turn 1 for the first time, because of the grid start, it is a bit of a guessing game where to brake. I'm just trying to take it a bit cautious. Chicken Angel is actually getting punted off by the Italian driver there. And I'm sad to say that it isn't the first time I've seen that particular driver do that on the very first lap at the very first corner, also on previous videos of my own. But anyway, we carry on. We will get back to that Italian driver by accident later. I managed to sneak around the inside of the South African driver, who is coming back on the inside there. I'm leaving some space. I was really being cautious, and the Chicken Angel is still alive behind me there. I was backing out of that one. That was bound to end up in some contact, so we're just trying to take it easy. Have to brake just around that big Gran Turismo board across the track there. This is really a tricky corner. Another driver has been pushed off into the gravel, and yeah, we've got a big selection of penalties up ahead. And as we are getting closer to the penalty gate, I must admit I was focusing way too much on those penalties that I completely forgot to brake for this corner. I went straight into the back of the Italian driver. I am going to wait, let them go. They are serving a penalty, so I'm not going to wait for that. And I got a nice big 4-second penalty, fully deserved myself. That was an honest mistake. I just looked at all those yellow bars of penalties starting to be served. Braking early enough, I think, getting the car stopped. The German driver is sliding off into the gravel. We are actually up to P3 for now, but I've still got that big penalty. And please stay off the grass as well. And 4 seconds penalty, that is a big one. So we are down below 100 kilometers an hour, and we've got cars getting past us. And now I've got the Italian driver gaining on me, the driver I accidentally bumped into. And since I know what they can sometimes drive like, I'm not going to turn in on this corner. And sure enough, they seemed like they was fully counting on using the side of my car as a brake. So we carry on now, and this car is really a handful. There's another important thing with this car. It needs short shifting. I haven't figured that out yet, but slowly during this race I am starting to figure it out. And I've caught up to P4 again by the end of lap 3. And you can see I'm short shifting out of that corner, and instantly we get a good run out of that corner. So I think it was around here I started to realize that I probably need to shift list this car a lot like the Group 4 McLaren. The Group 3 McLaren needs to be revved out completely, but this needs short shifting also to get some traction. This is a tricky corner. I'm always getting caught out by this. I'm used to the Sardegna A layout, and yeah, running wide into this corner. That is going to happen more than once in this race and the following race, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I am trying to stick with the South African driver here, and we are coming down the hill. I'm short shifting up to 5th gear. Once again, you can see I am getting a good run, a lot of traction, and now can I get the car stopped all the way down to 1st gear. On the exit, he suddenly moves over into my lane, and there's a bit of oversteer, sliding and bumping into each other, and now they both send it into the following corner, so I'm back down into P5. I am going to forgive almost everything in this first race because we are all learning, and my driving certainly isn't brilliant either. We've got the Austrian driver off, and I was expecting them to slide off to the left, but they kept it to the right where I was supposed to go, so that ended up in a big bump into the Austrian driver, and we've jumped ahead a bit. I have caught back up to P4 and also a bit to P3. Here I am sneaking around the corner on the inside. The Austrian driver leaves me plenty of space. He was almost being a bit too nice to me there, but I will take it and we carry on. Now can I get the car stopped, or do I overcook it this time? I think we just about get the car stopped. You have to get the car turned before the apex so you can get in a straight line and get on the power up the hill. If you're going into deep, it's you're just losing so much speed. But we are closing in slowly but surely on the South African driver, almost running a bit off the track there. So I might have to eat my words once again. But now you can see how much short shifting actually gains in time. I'm shifting up to 5th gear, and you can see I'm just gaining massively on P3. So definitely have a look at a leaderboard ghost and see where they shift the gears. I'm not giving any perfect examples. I'm learning myself in this race, but we are right behind the South African driver, and here I just get too eager once again. Gets caught out by this corner and running wide, and I also overshoot this corner. You really have to brake early for this one, and you can see once you're starting to slide wide, and I also got too eager on the power. And I'm also too focused on that yellow flag because the Belgian driver had hit the wall and was going really slow, so now I make a complete mess of this corner. So we are down in P4. I am behind the Belgian driver. I think they have some damage. They are going really slow, constantly catching me out throughout the end of this lap. And I am trying to see if I can make my way around them. Here I'm having a short look. I'm backing out again because that wouldn't work. But here I get a good run on the outside, but unfortunately they just move over and push me off the track. Whether it was by accident, I don't know, but they sure did leave the race lobby right afterwards without saying sorry. So either they were embarrassed or they just didn't care. Or maybe it was a mistake. Anyway, I have tried to set a qualifying time. Not the best qualifying time, but I have started short shifting, and that certainly helped compared to my practice laps before the first race. We've got Dav and Chicken Angel in front. So at least we've got some drivers I know, and we also make our way through turn 1. I'm sure there was some chaos behind us, but for now we managed to escape. I almost made a mess of that corner, almost going into the back of Dav, but we are getting the car stopped coming into this corner. Just be careful on the power up the hill, short shifting a bit up to 4th gear. And I think you need a wide entry into this corner. I really need to go back and practice this if I am going to do any more of these race A's. Anyway, we're coming down the hill, and it very much looks like Dav is revving out the car. It is their first race, to be fair, so need to figure that one out as well. We are sneaking our way through this corner. I'm trying to take it in 3rd gear this time, and once again you can see I'm getting some good acceleration up the hill, but there's not really anywhere to go. This is a twisty section, and there's not many possible lines to take, but the Dav runs wide there, so we are up into P2, and now I have to see if I can keep up with Chicken Angel. They are having a good speed going already, as it has become tradition on these Monday morning races. And we are coming into turn 1, and by the looks of it, Chicken Angel actually overcooks this one. I overcook it slightly as well. So now we are into the lead, and we are staying on board because this is by far not a perfect lap, but it is my best attempt in this race. This time you can see I'm coming into deep. I am a bit too early on the power. I just get understeer. I had to wait a bit more for the car to rotate. I'm trying to get a wide entry. Unfortunately, that also turned into missing the late apex, but we're coming down the hill, short shifting massively. We are getting a good run now using the big Gran Turismo board as a brake marker, and I think I get the car stopped and straight out the car and up to third gear, try to get the power down. And this corner you're coming over a small crest, so it's also easy to overcook that one, but we did okay on this lap. You can also easily run wide if you're not careful on this long left-hander. And now this final one, there's also a lot of understeer to be found if you're not careful, but we're short shifting up to fourth and also up to fifth gear, and we are going across the line with a time that is at least faster than my own qualifying time for this race. And Chicken Angel is gaining on me. They are definitely faster than me on this combo, as it has almost become a tradition. And you can see on this lap, Chicken Angel is actually getting the fastest lap, and for the millionth time, yes, that is actually possible doing 2 6-lap races. I run wide at that corner, and I also think I take a bit too narrow a line through this corner, but at least I find the apex at the end, and you can see Chicken Angel is right there as we are coming through this fast and a bit tricky part of the track. Here I brake a bit too late. I only just make the corner, but Chicken Angel runs off, and yeah, that was an annoyed honk from Chicken Angel. So now we've got a bit of breathing space, and yeah, here you see that either I miss apexes or I absolutely harass them. I need to find something in between those two things. We are jumping ahead in this one, and we are actually jumping to the end of the race because my pace was slowly fading. The only thing saving me was Chicken Angel and Daft fighting behind me. And we are actually going across the line in P1 in this second race. This is, I think, it's a fun race. It's also a tricky race, and be careful with that safety rating. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye bye.